Hello. So, what's in a name? Some towns and villages are named for historical or geographical reasons. Others are named after local heroes or famous people. Don't think there'll ever be an Aledsville, though.
I've been to many towns and cities across the UK and discovered their unique story, and today's no different.
This is Port Sunlight, a village created by the great Christian entrepreneur of the late 19th century, William Hesketh Lever. Born in Bolton, the son of a grocer, he went on to oversee an industrial empire that stretched across the world. Well, this week on Songs of Praise, we'll be learning more about the man and his vision, and we'll be discovering what lies behind the name Port Sunlight.
This week, Lord Leverhulme remembered.
William Lever was a man with no self-doubt. He did everything for a reason. He was one of the truly great British eccentrics.
Traditional hymns sung in Christchurch. Special guests, All Angels, sing for us. And I'll be performing as well. William Hesketh Lever, or Lord Leverhulme, as he was later known, was born in 1851. He began his working life as a grocer's apprentice in his father's firm, but ended up as much more than that. Just like Bourneville in Birmingham and Bradford's Saltaire, Port Sunlight was created as a place where employees could both live and work. Named after its waterside location and the soap it was to produce, it became world famous as the site of Lever Brothers. The village combined smart houses with access to public amenities, and as a strong Christian, it was important for Leverhulme that the village had a church where everyone could worship together.
And Christchurch, still at the heart of this community, is the setting for our hymn singing. And we begin with a reminder that it's Christ himself who is at the heart of the church.
This is Lord Leverhulme in his 60s. By the time this portrait was completed, he was renowned as a master of industry, in charge of a worldwide soap-making empire. Although his parents' home in Bolton was in a fairly prosperous area, it was surrounded by shoddily built slum housing, homes of the families who worked in the nearby mills and factories. Seeing this squalor had a major impact on the young William Lever, and he dreamed of providing a better way of life for his future employees.
He went into business with his father when he was 16, and he was done no favours at all. He was literally started off on the warehouse floor. One of the early jobs that he did was cutting soap. Now, soap used to be sold in great long bars, like you might see cheese at the deli counter now, and it was cut off in portions with wire and then wrapped before being sold to people. And at this point, a sort of light bulb went off in Lever's head, and he thought there's got to be a better way of producing this stuff and of marketing it as well.
Lever decided to become the manufacturer as well as supplier of soap and found the perfect site for his factory right next to the River Mersey. He pinned his hopes on Port Sunlight, and it was a decision he would never regret, as the plant went on to produce many well-known brands which would make their way into homes across the world.
The family were Congregationalists. His father converted from the Church of England partway through his life. The concept is that everything is led by the congregation itself. There's no sort of higher authority, no bishops or a diocese that you defer to. And I think, in a way, that kind of sets the example for all of Lever's later exploits, because his idea was very much that you didn't take things from a higher authority. You didn't expect the state to do things for you. You got out there and did things yourself. That was his theory. Of course, in practice, what it effectively meant was that he became the higher authority, and when he built Port Sunlight and had this enormous multinational company, he was the boss who was dictating everything about the way his workers lived.
You'll almost certainly recognise the tune to our next hymn, Beethoven's Ode to Joy, but perhaps not the words, because they were specially written for Port Sunlight by local hymn writer Alan Gaunt to reflect the contribution Lord Leverhulme made to this community.